What? All right. Go ahead. Clap it up. Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana, Priest and Officer 5000, Kasar Pakat. We're taking over the Tuesday Night Brotherhood class. Today, getting into the topic, Shalom means peace in the Hebrew. Let's see if I got something to read right here first before we go into the class. Bye. Right here. But let's do that. There we go. Before we get started, bring this back one time what the ISUPK is about. You can find this on the website, isupk.com. If you ever get involved with anything, it's your first time coming to class, your first time learning about being an Israelite, learning about the UPK, you should always know what you're getting into, know about the organization. I think that's important. So I'm going to explain what the ISUPK is about. You can find this on the website, isupk.com. All right. In the ISUPK, we are educating Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and West Indians about their true heritage, which is comprised of the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. Once our people begin to follow the laws in the Bible, God, or Yahweh in the Hebrew, will look down from heaven and have mercy on us. He will also send Christ to free us from our oppression. Using the Bible, the ISUPK will fix all the problems of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities, turning a lawless and immoral people into a law-abiding, righteous people. The true nationality of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians, and West Indians of North, Central, and South America are the true descendants of the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and Yahushua Mashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is our King. All right. And so these things are very important to understand, that the UPK is taking a bold statement. And the only way that this organization can make such a bold statement that the UPK will fix all of the problems of the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities is because we stand on the law, statutes, and commandments that come from the Lord. It is nothing that man could will or that man could want. And the things that we have in this school comes from getting into the records, learning our history, etc. So let's go ahead and get some precepts real quick. Tonight's topic is Shalam means peace. We say this word in all of our greetings whenever we meet anyone. We first thing we say is Shalom, peace, and this is an important theme throughout the Bible. Our God is a man of war, and in order to have peace, you have to have war. That being said, that is the ultimate goal. We want to have peace among the Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. We don't want to go to war with each other. We don't want to fight and go back and forth and harm each other. And that's why we put it at the forefront of our mind in our culture, because this has always been something that has gotten in the way of our people being number one, is that we fight each other. We defend our oppressor and fight each other. All right. Let's go to Numbers chapter 6, verse 24. And it reads, the book of Numbers, chapter 6, and verse 24. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. I'll go up verse 3. Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Verse 26. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Once again, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. The Lord is the one that can bless the children of Israel and keep us and protect us. Verse 25, Yahweh make his face shine upon thee. The Lord, we don't want to fall in the hands of the Lord, fall into the hands of the Lord for doing evil and have to deal with the punishments that come from disobeying the Most High, right? And be gracious unto thee and have mercy on us. Have mercy on the children of Israel for living in these years and years and years of oppression and the things that will cause a man to err, cause a woman to err, cause a child to err. These things are atrocious. The story about this devil that worked at the hospital, forget what state, I think she was in Virginia. I don't know where she was at. Maybe Richmond, Virginia. But this devil was breaking the bones of the children, the babies coming into a hospital. That is a sick and disgusting broad right there, man. And I got a couple other words that start with B for her, man. That's a disgusting bastard. That's a disgusting piece of garbage, man, that would go and break the bones of a newborn baby. This is, and I think that's got to be harder than the average person thinks, because babies are pretty flexible. Their bones are just coming out of the womb, so they're used to being, moved around in different directions and being able to be, flexible. So they say that their bones are not even fully, solid. They a little bit more pliable. So it's like you really have to really bend the child's leg to break it at this point, man. Can't walk, can't talk, can't say none of that. Can you imagine your first intro to the world and these things are happening to you? This story has to be told to you as you get older. This is what happened in your first week of life, what that does to the psychology of someone growing up. But these are the type of things that didn't get recorded in slavery and captivity. This woman would have not been arrested for this during slavery. She would have been given an award. She would have been made somebody's housewife. These are the type of people that we come up with. And this is why having peace amongst the children of Israel is so important, because we know in order for us to have peace amongst the entire planet Earth, the Lord has to go to war with our enemies. In order for us to have true peace on this planet Earth, we're going to have them be destroyed. And the Lord is not going to come save an unrighteous nation of people. Well, this is our job, Salakia. And so let's go back to this. Verse 26. The book of Numbers, chapter 6, verse 26. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And this is what we want. We want the Lord to lift up his countenance, his face towards us in a righteous and positive manner, because we are in obedience to him. And he will give us peace, right? Verse 27, and they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. But this class tonight is about brotherhood. And so, in order to have brotherhood, we got to have peace. We got to have shalom. In order to continue having peace, we got to have brotherhood. They go hand in hand. And, I'm not going to speak on too many things specifically, but good night, man. Hey, if you want to lead this school, go ahead and lead the school. It's not our job to fight to keep someone in the truth. It's our fight and our job to fish you in the truth. But once you get in here, you're going to have to fight yourself too. You're going to have to do the things that it's costs, or pay the cost in order to be what Ecclesiasticus, the second chapter, talks about. That gold that is tried in the furnace, or that acceptable man is tried in adversity, right? Let's keep going. Next verse, John chapter 16, verse 33. John chapter 16, verse 33. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. These things these things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. Christ is teaching his people that our people can live a better life. We can have true tranquility, true calmness, true peace, true shalom. You understand? The definition of peace is freedom from disturbance, tranquility, calmness, restfulness, peace and quiet, law and order, lawfulness, order, peacefulness. So this is an excellent class too when it comes to the biblical law class too. This could be used for that. Because in order for you to have peace, that means there's law and order. There's lawfulness. If things are out of order, people are doing whatever they want, talking to people however they want, there's no order, then there's going to be war. There's going to be fights. There's going to be conflict. It's not going to be any tranquility. So Christ is teaching these men and these people that peace is going to come when you follow the words that I am speaking. Verse 33, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Like, for one, this also is a precept for when Christ said that enter into his rest. What is that? I think it's John 10. Let's go to that real quick. The book of John, chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. Like if you are trying to come in and lead blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you don't want to come through that straight gate, through that narrow pathway that the Lord has separated all other people from the men hearing the truth in the UPK. And if you want to follow the Lord, there is a pathway to doing it. And this is the way that people have to come through. It's the same way Christ is saying, if you didn't follow him, if you didn't come through him, and you tried to climb up over the wall to help the sheep, you want to go through some other way, you are the same as a thief and a robber. You're stealing, TD Jakes is stealing the Lord's chosen people. You know what I mean? Like, how many black people go to his church, 10,000 people, etc., and their lives are being further destroyed because of the things he teaches there. And he is professing himself to be a man of God, which is just not the case. He is someone following Satan, right? And so that's what makes him the same as a thief and a robber. Verse 2. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. What is this talking about? This is talking about the men that and the sisters that are going to follow Christ. He said, when they hear him call them, they are going to follow, because he's calling these people out by name, right? And so let's see, verse 5. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. Verse 6. The parable spake Yahushua unto them, but they understood not what these things they were which he spake unto them. Like, he's explaining this to them, and they still are not understanding, right? Because of the parables that Christ spoke. And so all they're hearing is there's a person watching some sheep, a porter, a stranger. All these things are coming in and confusing these people, right? Verse 7. Then said Yahushua unto them again, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. And so, once again, then Yahushua said unto them again, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. Verse 9, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. Like, Christ is he's saying he is the door. You want to make it to freedom, you want to make it to not being underneath these Romans, you got to go through this door. You got to follow Christ. And if any man shall be saved, he shall go in and out and find pasture. Verse 10, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. This is that peace, right? The Lord wants us to have life. Christ wants us to have life. He doesn't want us to do life and spend life in prison. Lord wants us to have life and more life. Verse 10. The thief cometh not. I'll say it. Verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the half coming and leave the sheep and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them and scattereth them. Right? But let me drop down to what does it say? Let's see. Book Matthew 11. Christ is talking about you coming to follow him, and these are the things that you need to do. If you are of the Lord, you are speaking the truth. This is the authority that it comes from. It comes from Christ. If you are not in this lineage, you're not even teaching the Bible. You don't know anything about the book, about the Bible. You don't know anything about Christ. Right? Matthew 11 and verse 30. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 30, and it reads, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. The yoke that you have to pull around in the truth is light. It's easy. What does that mean? Is there hard work in the truth? Yes. But it's easy compared to being a goddamn slave. It's also going to get easier as time goes on. So it's kind of like AI, artificial intelligence, where as time goes, this is going to get better. It's the same way with the technology. As time goes, it's going to get better. As time goes, this brotherhood is going to get better. We're going to get closer to our enemies being destroyed. And let's drop that. Let's go to John. Let's see. No, we did that already. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 9. Let's lock it. Let me wake it up. Let's get it. All right. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. Blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are the brothers and sisters in the UPK that bring peace amongst Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Made it about their business and their life calling to go out here and to teach our people what it means to obey the Lord. Because your Christian pastor doesn't teach you to obey God. That pastor the other day had that young sister stand up in front of the whole church and shamed her for getting pregnant, but they didn't teach her morality in that church. They didn't teach her anything that is right according to this Bible. I guarantee you they're celebrating Christmas in that church. I guarantee you they're eating ham and pork and swine in that church. All the things that God said not to do, but then they pick and choose of who they're going to bully for doing something they deem is wrong, which in essence, that she was a young sister. She shouldn't have been out there like that. But there is no this fornication of sex before marriage. That's where they're using that precept to say she was fornicating when the sex is the marriage. If they would teach that, then maybe they have a different outlook, and maybe their children wouldn't be out here doing these things that they're doing. But I would want to look at them first before they blame this young girl. Maybe they should look in the mirror and see what it is that they're teaching up there before they blame her. And that is the sickness of the Christian church. They are not peacemakers. They are warmongers. You understand? They profit off of the ghetto being destroyed. They keep us at war with each other. They keep us in poverty, man. That's what they do. They take your money. They arrest that guy. Let's see. They are not peacemakers. They are warmongers, and not in a righteous way. You understand? Yeah. Pastor. Let's see. Yeah, this is that story from this dude from last year. We're gonna go ahead and post this up. I'm gonna read this verse in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 3 again. And then I'm gonna go read this disgusting story right here. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are the people that bring peace in our communities, right? And once again, the peacemakers are the soldiers as well. They go hand in hand. The people that are bringing peace are the ones that are soldiers, because you got to think about it. Imagine that brief moment where they had the Bloods and Crips have a truce and came together. It wasn't some outsiders, people that were from, high society coming down and making that. The real gangbangers, the gangsters had to make that call. The ones that are really in the streets had to make that call in order to have a truce. They were real peacemakers because they were the ones going to war, man. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. If you are not in the business of doing this, of uniting our nation, then you are not doing the work of the Lord, right? So let's keep going. Let's see about this pastor right here. He has this book. He can use it to bring peace to our people. NYC pastor is sentenced to 9 years for fraud, including taking a single mom's $90,000. Look what he wearing. Hold on. He looking like an off-brand version of Yo Gotti in a Riddler suit and some pink glasses. Come on, man. A salmon-colored Gucci suit, some pink glasses with the veneer. Man, this brother right here is clearly, see, once again, this is now to the mother cats. This is a homosexual you're looking at right here. This is a homosexual that is so greedy, that is so foul, that he thought in his heart, in his mind, that he can do anything to deceive people in order to enrich his life. And see, you Christians out there have such good faith, such good beliefs, that you will look at him as a righteous man that has fallen, instead of us looking at him as a disgusting bastard the whole time that intentionally plotted on your grandmother for her money, intentionally plotted on your mother, your single parent mother, for her money and her savings. This person did these things on purpose, and you don't want to give them a pass or a way out because of your kind Christian heart. All right. Lamore Whitehead, a flamboyant pastor who made headlines in 2022. I don't know if anything comes up out of order, so lock it. But when do they use that word? Flamboyant. That is, let's see, what's the definition? Flamboyant, tending to attract attention because of their exuberance, confidence, and stylishness. Right? Flamboyant. Who has ever described someone? What does it mean someone is flamboyant? Is that this helps right here, man. This goes to my argument right here. The fact that they had to use flamboyant in his in this article is right on. What does it mean if someone is flamboyant? Flamboyant means elaborate and ostentatious. When you think of flamboyant, think of Las Vegas showgirls, feathers, sequins, 3-inch heels, enough makeup to disguise any irregularity. That's what he is. He's flamboyant. He wants to rock some feathers. He wants to rock some sequins. He wants to rock some high heels, man. This is a flamboyant LGBT member that is full of sin and decided to open up a church in order to grift money from people, man, to steal money from people. One more time. Lamore Whitehead, a flamboyant pastor who made headlines in 2022 when he was robbed during a live stream church service in Brooklyn and then became the target of criminal charges himself, has been sentenced to 9 years in federal prison. That's mercy, what he's receiving. Because if this was our kingdom, we wouldn't be giving him no slap on the wrist. He's getting mercy, man, from what he's done, because they're just looking at it as completely financial crime. Fraud typically is around 10 years. If you do get fed time, 10 years for fraud, robbery of a bank, things of that nature. But they're not calculating the moral element of what he's done. The fact that the people that he took advantage of are not the richest and wealthiest people on earth. Like if he was going out and robbing, he had a church, it was nothing but Hollywood celebrities like Scientology, where they taking in thousands of dollars, millions of dollars from them, but these celebrities got millions and millions of dollars. That's one thing. It's another thing to take somebody's last $20 to their name so you can buy a purple Gucci suit. All right. U.S. District Judge Lorna G. Schofield imposed the punishment on Monday after Whitehead was found guilty of numerous fraud and attempted extortion charges, along with lying to the FBI. Prosecutors portrayed the 45-year-old church leader as a grifter, siphoning money from his followers and demanding money for what he claimed was influence over New York Mayor Adams. Ooh-wee. That's an interesting connection right there. That New York Mayor Adams resigned or stepped down not too long ago, and they were trying to bring charges up against him. So these birds of a feather flock together. Lamore Whitehead is a con man who stole millions of dollars in a string of financial frauds, and even stole from one of his own parishioners. The pastor's attorney, Don Florio, said in a statement to NPR that while we are deeply saddened by the outcome, Whitehead maintains his innocence. All right. And so let's see. Let's go to this one account, what he did, and we'll get back to the precepts. A jury found Whitehead guilty in March of all 5 criminal counts against him during the 2-week trial. Prosecutors described how in one money-making scheme, Whitehead extracted $90,000 from a nurse, a single mom in her 50s who attended his church, with the promise that the money would serve as both an investment and to provide her with a home. But the pastor spent the money on himself, according to court records. I lost everything I had worked for, the church member Pauline Anderson said in the victim's impact statement. She has had to pay more than $40,000 in legal bills as she fought Whitehead in civil court. Anderson said taxes and fees have also racked up as she took early withdrawals from her retirement fund. Good night. It's not just a black person. It's not just um, a woman. This is an older woman that is planning on retirement in the next 10, 15 years. And this bastard is taking up all of her money, man. This is disgusting. But these people are the ones that should be the peacemakers, that should be uniting black people, but they're out here scamming us, going in the pulpit and getting robbed on purpose. Probably sent his own people and his cousins to come rob him. Then he got all famous. Next thing you know, he needs more money. He's run out of money, so he's gonna rob from his people, right? Let's see. In contrast, Whitehead was living in a 6-bedroom house in Paramu, New Jersey, at a recent foreclosure sale. The property attracted a top bid of more than $1.9 million. According to court filings, the pastor's assets also include a 2-building apartment complex in Hartford, Connecticut. I mean, I think if you keep going down a little bit further, man, you'll find that this brother is out here selling drugs or something. Because why would he be moving like this? He got apartments and condos all over the place, man. But to them, this is the legal way of selling drugs. If he wouldn't have got caught up on this, he would be living amazingly, wouldn't have to worry about the police coming after him. This is the ultimate hustle to become a Christian. Like, this is the elevation of someone that's coming from the streets, coming from the illegal community. The ultimate elevation is to become a pastor, become a preacher, a priest. That is where you are able to legitimately hustle people, legitimately scam people, legitimately pimp and rob people, is all through the Christian church. So let's get back to these precepts. We're going to tie this all back in, man, because these people who are supposed to be the ones organizing this nation and have this Bible, supposed to know how to use it, are completely using this book to destroy us. John chapter 14, verse 27. Lock it. John chapter 14, verse 27. And it reads, "Peace I leave you with, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." Christ is offering a different kind of peace. It's not a temporary peace. It's something bigger than that. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Technical difficulties right there. Let's go to the next precept. All right. We'll read this one more time though. The book of John, chapter 14, verse 27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. That pastor right there, he was getting peace from the money that he had. He was getting peace from the trips and vacations he was having, all the LGBT lifestyle and activities he was partaking in. Those things are what brought him temporary peace. That's the peace of the world. You've been on a cruise, you feel like, oh, I'm relaxed and I've done this, you're doing that. Okay, that's one thing. But if you don't have peace internally, if you don't have peace amongst your nation and your people, none of that matters. Because you're going to come right back to the ghetto, or you're going to go right back to the barrio, whatever it is. You're going to have to address the fact that your people are living in hell here in America. And when we get even a little bit stronger, we're not going to stand for this no more. And that's when, these pastors are going to not have anywhere to do this anymore. They're at the bottom of the barrel. They're already dealing with blacks and Hispanics. They feel like they can do anything. The more and more the people get educated, the less and less they're going to be able to take advantage of our people, right? And so, Shalom, Yamashim Shabbat, I walk a lot. So, the fear is another thing. Once again, this fear, they've always used it. It says, the peace I'll leave you, let not, what does it say? Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. All right. It's a lot here. So I warp a lot. If I were to give you a call, would you be able to be on the line right now? You can put Connor La in the chat. All right. While we wait for that response, let's drop that. Let's go to, we all know the white world. Yeah, let's put that up on the screen. White world is the hell that we all know. You ain't lying. Let's go to Isaiah 26:3. Okay, no sweat. It's too wild. I'm over here. Need somebody to help get my energy up real quick. Isaiah 26:3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee. Let's go up a little bit. Chapter 26, verse 1. In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. Salvation will our power appoint for walls and bulwarks. Verse 2. Open ye the gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter it. Verse 3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee. That is where the peace comes as well. Having trust in the Lord, understanding that, we can get along as a nation. We don't have to fight each other. The true enemy of us is the goddamn white man, who's the devil the Bible speaks of. Why would I want to fight my brother who we have the same enemy? Why is that? It doesn't make any sense. We fighting each other when someone else is trying to take both of us out. And since we look the same, they might try to take him out tomorrow, and they think they got a win because he looks like me. Nah, man, we in this together. We have the same enemy. We need to have brotherhood together in order to survive this, man. All right. Let's go to the next precept. First Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. Bear with me. I wore, Said, I feel like I had a long day. I need a coffee or something, man. I need to wake up. But that's why I was gonna call you on the phone to help just chop it up with somebody. All right, First Peter chapter 3, verse 10. And it reads, For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil and his lips that they speak no guile. Let him eschew evil and do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it. Right? One more time. Let him eschew evil and do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it. This is how we need to interact with each other. If we have issues with brothers, and the key to brotherhood is trying to seek peace. It's not always about being right. A lot of arguments people have, whether with their rib or with brothers or with anybody in their family, it's about someone needing to be right as opposed to needing to have your friendship. The friendship is more important than being right. The reason why we want to settle disputes through counsel is so that we can determine who's right in the situation and who's wrong in that situation. It makes things a whole lot easier. All right. Let's drop that one. Let's see, 3 verse 10. Go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 16. The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 16. Now Yahweh, the Lord of peace, himself give you peace always by all means. Yahweh be with you all. The salutation with mine own hand. Sorry, the salutation of Paul with mine own hand, which is the token in every epistle. So I write, the grace of our Lord Yahweh Mashiach be with you all. Amen. Let's drop that. Let's go to Isaiah 26 and 3. The book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 3. Thou will keep him in perfect peace. Let's go up again. Chapter 26 and verse 1. In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have in a strong city salvation will the Most High appoint for walls and bulwarks. Hold on, man. I got to get it. Let me stand up real quick, man. Hold this one too long. Let's go. 2 Thessalonians chapter 3. No, we're going to Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 3. One more time. Let's go up from we'll start verse 1 again. Sorry, Slocky. In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. Salvation will the Most High appoint for walls and bulwarks. Like the Lord's going to send Christ to free us from our oppressors, man. And that'll be a strong city for protection. Verse 2, open ye the gates that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter. Verse 3, thou wilt keep him, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. And so Christians, like, these are the type of preachers Christians love, because it sounds so nice, it sounds so sweet, but in essence, it's not just, oh, you're just going to be sitting around meditating all day. The Lord's going to keep you in peace, meaning you are done with going to war, man. You've gone to war, now you're done with it. But it isn't the Martin Luther King piece where you have to just let everybody sock you in the face, man. True peace comes from going to war. And it's the same thing whether it's in your household. You got to go to war with yourself. You might have to go to the war with your rib. You might have to fight in order to bring peace to that household. And that's the spirit we want to have here in the UPK. But to get there, once you get there, that is a glorious thing to experience brotherhood, sisterhood, and the calmness and the shalom that comes with serving the Lord. When you're in the world doing all manner of wickedness, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to come around the corner. You're putting yourself in positions. You're riding around with this on you. You know, if the police pull you over, it's all bad. You go into different neighborhoods. You're looking to do things. And if you get caught up over there, you might have to actually take someone's life. Like, you are living in a life that is constant stress, constant weariness, and you have no peace at all because you don't serve the Lord. You don't keep the law. Right. All right. Give one last one. James chapter 3, verse 17. James chapter 3 and verse 17. And it reads, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and is easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. One more time. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure. The wisdom, the knowledge that you get from above is the law, statutes, and the commandments, right? This is our wisdom. Then peaceable. Once you have the wisdom that's pure, it's going to cause peace in your surroundings. It's gentle and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality, without hypocrisy, right? That's how we need to live, and that's what's going to inspire others to live the way we do and come into the truth, is by living honorable and not being swayed based on, what does it say? Verse 18. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. Interesting. Like, the seed of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. So if you are a part of following the Lord, following Christ, you're going to go out and make peace. And that's what you're going to have as well. You going out and beefing with cats, starting fights with cats, man, then you're going to end up in that type of life. But we want to avoid all that. And I think I know the most common or the biggest thing you can have to unite brothers is into peace, is to having that common enemy. And man, that's what, when Truth by War says, the white man is the devil, that is important. Like, that brings me and this brother together close, because I know if anybody ever comes at him and is oppressor are using these tricks to destroy this brother, I see it. And I'm not standing for that. And the same thing he sees, he's not standing for that. So that's why we can come together, because it's like, why would I want to be at war when the whole entire world is at war with us? Esau has dominated the whole world, took over all the countries, and put propaganda to brainwash every nation of people that they all fight against us. Even our own nation of people fight against us. We have a small minority of men and women that understand the truth, and we've got to stay together. So, if any issues, you got to have brotherhood. You need to take it to council, follow the proper channels in order to get those things correct. Don't let things build up. Figure it out. Come together, serve the Lord, pray for the destruction of our enemies. And with that, shalom.